site here today and you're planting winter wheat, is it?
Yeah, Graham winter wheat. Should have been planted a few weeks back, but the weather just caught us. We had the place half planted and we got a nasty rain one evening. So we're trying to finish it off today, so hopefully a couple of hours we'll be done.
Yeah, and conditions seem good in fairness.
Yeah, no, the last few days have been very good. I suppose it's after getting colder since the weekend, and good drying there. So yeah, no, happy enough. Just once we keep the crows away from it now and stuff. So,
the joys of it.
Yeah.
And I suppose the season overall, like with your potatoes and everything, I was there with you. I suppose I was there with you when you were planting some, and I was there with you
down here. Yeah, you were harvesting in these fields as well with us. Yeah, no, in general we've had a good run at it. Like we were finished early enough beginning of the season. Everything came out in good conditions. Crops are average enough. So no, in general the season has been good. Like the grain harvest was good as well, and it's not too often we don't complain. But look, we can't complain this year anyway at the moment, you know.
Very good, yeah. And I suppose here now you're running a Massey 7718 with our Trimble guidance.
Yeah, we got the Trimble off last year for the spring work. I suppose the main reason we got it was for ridging with the potatoes and stuff. That was the main reason we got the auto steer. Which is like everything, once you get used to it, then you can't manage without it. Now we did have the Trimble screen. We bought a fertilizer spreader a few years ago on the Thames, and with the auto section control and all that, and that was the origin. So we had the screen. It was only last year. Then we actually got the auto steer as well put in. You know, now we have it set up in both tractors. We just swap the steering wheel or the screen to either tractor, whichever tractor we want to use it with. You know.
Yeah, so you're able to use it across loads of different functions.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Depending what tractors and what job, you know.
Yeah. And I suppose with the reaching, did you find it beneficial? You were able to skip rows and stuff and come back in, and she was bang on every time. Bang on.
We couldn't get over because I was afraid of starting that at the time. I was still going, you know, working next to each other, and it was one of the lads were out setting us up then, and we chanted. I couldn't believe how accurate it was, even across side hills now as well and stuff. It was brilliant. I couldn't get over it, you know.
Yeah, because I have the drone footage I can throw up there of that, and it did look well. Like
Yeah. It is amazing. As I said, once you get used to it. I'd be afraid someday if something didn't work, would we ever be able to go back doing it the old way? But look, hopefully that won't happen.
Yeah, that's it. And I suppose obviously the kind of worry for the coming year is the fertiliser prices and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think the section rate control and stuff like that will be a bit of a help anyway?
Oh, absolutely. And even like here now, seeding and stuff like that, it's definitely, you'll see there's no overlaps or anything like that, you know, well, to a certain degree. But 100% no, it's obviously not going to cover all the costs of the fertiliser and stuff, but look, that's the way things are going, you know. Everything's about the environment nowadays, and we're trying to cut down what we're using, and you know, so
exactly.
Yeah.
I suppose your other tractor then, Jason, that's a Massey as well, is it?
That's a Massey 7618, yeah. She's around a few years longer. Now I suppose we might be looking and saying we must be Massey through and through, but we're not. We've had a John Deere in the yard and New Hollands in the yard, but just at the moment it seems to be all Massey. To be fair, CFM there in Cork, we find the service with them very good, and again, look, we've had no complaints about these tractors and stuff. So as I say, if they're not broke, why fix it? Do you know what I mean?
So your correction services here, Jason, anyway, you're running RTX fast.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're 2 centimetre accuracy. How are you finding that?
Excellent. As I said, ridging even. It's mainly spring crops we grow. We did set a bit of cover crop as well with it back in August, and we were delighted with it. Absolutely delighted. I'll tell you how delighted we are with this now once it comes up, but I'm sure looking at it at the moment it's bang on anyway, you know. But as I said, on the ridging side of things, it was absolutely 100%, you know. Even half the reason we went with it on the ridging side of things, we were we were going stalk chopping with a 3-bed stalk chopper, so we needed the beds to be bang on. And even when we were doing that now back in the autumn, it was 100% bang on. We weren't doing any damage to drills or anything afterwards, you know. So that was the main reason that time for us going, and they banned reg loaner on us. So we, you know, this was the new system of killing off the hauling and stuff.
Yeah. I suppose it makes everything that bit more efficient as well with harvest. And
Oh, it does. It does, yeah. To me, like, all the small little things, but add them all up, like, it makes a big difference at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Well, thanks a million for your time anyway, Jason.
No bother.
Hopefully this will all come up alright.
I hope so.